Hello, hello, hello. Welcome again. It is another review of Maul Shadow Lord All-Star Fandom
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
And once again, we have one of our illustrious guests, Miss Lauren, here with the wealth of knowledge of anything and all things Star Wars. Of course, we got Miss Jen down there at the bottom. And look, we ain't gonna hold you too tough. It's time to jump off in this thing. And if you've not seen Maul Shadow Lord, playing now on Disney Plus on Monday. It was playing on Monday. All 10 episodes are out now. You can binge watch it. Come back and holler at us and drop in your comments what you thought about this show. But without further ado, Jen, take it away.
Oh my goodness. First of all, I'm gonna pull a card from Dion from the review we just did. I want to get initial reactions. Lauren, what did you think of 9 and 10 after you saw the whole thing?
Oh, they gave us very much the horror Vader that I sometimes will talk about and that you get in the comics
Oh,
of the
big
Vader
time.
comics. Yeah, so you got very much that because he ain't saying that a word. And oftentimes
No.
that's how Vader acts in the comics. He doesn't really talk. He just destroys.
He just goes
Good.
So
in.
Yeah.
it was very much. I was like, oh, they put that element in there. So a lot of
Yeah.
people I know were surprised because you haven't really seen too much Vader, and if
Yeah.
this is your first introduction, you're like, oh, so yeah, very. He's even worse in the comics. So it was fun seeing this version of Vader brought into animation.
Yeah, and then real quick before I throw it to Doc, can you let people know about that comic book series by Charles that they can go read if they're interested, where they could get more of that Vader side of Vader?
Well, there's a whole slew of them. Is the they're in a bunch of trades now or omnibus about. So it's basically the Vader comics. So if you look that up, they will all come up. They are basically all grouped together. So you could buy probably the omnibus at this point or a bunch of trades. And you can pick any section out of it because it details his life from after he gets the suit on
Mm-hmm.
and that period of him adjusting adjusting and going all the way through. So you could pick any one of them and just see Vader do some interesting things and the relationship between him and Palpatine and the Inquisitors, all that you could see. So you could pick any one of those up and have a good time.
There you go. Doc, what are your initial reactions of 9 and 10?
Absolutely amazing. Shall I elaborate?
Yes, you can. Elaborate. Go for it.
Listen, people, let me tell you something. If you have not seen Maul Shadow Lord, we've been leading up to this point. To
Mm-hmm.
somebody that's big is coming. And
Yeah.
and when the somebody big that came, when he showed up, let me tell you, I lost it. I was texting Jen, Jen that fur.
He literally did. I
Was that
Are you
bad?
watching? I was like, are you seeing this? I don't think y'all understand. The fact, Jen, I don't know if you have a shot of okay, let me slow down.
Yeah, let's not go too far ahead.
Not seeing Maul Shadow Lord. This is episode 9, where Maul, Eco, Devin, Captain Lawson, Riley Lawson, Miss Cass, and 2 other people are trying to escape Gen X right now. The Inquisitors are on their ass and trying to look them up out the game. You understand?
Yep.
They are there. They are wrecking shop. They got to get over this river of waste and muck and you know what I'm saying? So they can get to safety, right? So right here, they're meeting with old boy who is he ain't even the leader of the crew. He like
No, he's not the leader yet.
second in command or
Not
something,
clear yet.
right? Like he you know what I'm saying? He trying to play his boss right now, try to make a little deal with Maul, right? So
Yeah,
he promised Maul he gonna pick him up at a certain spot. Y'all need to be there because I'm only gonna come in quick and you're gonna jump in and we're gonna be out, right? But the little homie, I ain't gonna lie, the little homie came through. The little dude I don't like. What's his name? It started with a V. Is it started with a V? The little blue guy.
Oh my gosh, why am I blanking out?
Well, he came through with having a contact with the Crimson Tide so they can get off world.
Yeah.
But his contact seemed like his stuff never followed through correctly. You know what I'm saying? That's neither here nor there. We'll talk about it later. Back to the story at hand. So we get there. This man trying to make a deal with Maul. Maul like, yeah, all right, meet us at the spot. We gonna be there. I promise we gonna be there on time. But they run into a problem. And I'm gonna stop right here and I'm gonna let the ladies take it.
So, Lauren, can you educate the people who this character is? Because for those of you who are not familiar with this character, we are first introduced to this character in the movie Solo, when Paul Bentley, I can't say his last name for some reason, plays this character for the first time, where he is the leader of Crimson Dawn, which is this gang syndicate. But Lauren, go ahead, go for it.
So eventually, he will be the future leader of Crimson Dawn. He currently is not. So this is the beginning. This is kind of telling a little bit of story of how they met. They met in this situation because in the Solo movie, he actually is the leader. He becomes the leader of Crimson Dawn. However, Maul is actually the real leader, the real Shadow Lord, literally. After. So this is kind of showing that introduction. Oh, damn it. Thank you, Kitty. That was
y'all can't be running amok.
Like he literally jumped on there and took the whole thing with him. Now he's scared.
Oh my goodness,
Lenny!
Oh, that's hilarious. It don't get no better than that. And if you're joining us, this is All-Star Fandom Show, and we are discussing Maul Shadow Lord episodes 9 and 10, the finale, which was absolutely phenomenal. And Miss Lauren was breaking down this character, who he is, and what is his purpose in the Crimson Dawn. Yeah. Miss Lauren, if you want to continue.
Yeah, well, I killed him. He's literally looking at me like,
did I do something wrong?
Hey, you feel bad now.
He's about to be shipped to, he's about to be shipped somewhere. Anyway, yeah, so he becomes eventually the leader of Crimson Dawn, but in the background, if you watch the movie, or you will, spoiler alert, too late, Maul is actually going to be the real leader. So this is their first introduction to each other in the series, because we had no idea how the world Maul got into that situation, the way the movie played out, but now we know.
Man.
Yeah. So yeah, this is going back in time, because I think too, someone pointed out, I think it was Screen Crush. Like there was where I think it's in the Clone Wars where he calls the other syndicates of all the other gangs, thank you, where he tells them to go into hiding. Actually, this character that we see in this show is actually a part of that. There's like a brief moment where he's still the representative of Crimson Dawn. It's just like a quick thing. So they have seen each other before, when he was still the leader of Mandalore and all that, and where he is actually trying to get Anakin to come to him, where Ahsoka goes instead. In those moments in the show, back in the Clone Wars. So if you know, you know. If not, go watch. And
so if Maul eventually becomes the head of Crimson Dawn, does he kill this dude?
No,
I don't think he does.
Okay.
No, he doesn't. Because no, because something else happens in Solo.
Okay.
And if you know, you know. So yeah, we have this going on. As Doc said, we have them needing to get off of Janik. So prior to the last episode last week, they have the contact, they may have the negotiation. Now the goal is we have to get out. And this is where we're starting to see some really dope choreography. There is just so much in here. But yeah. And well, another thing that's happening that we're coming up to is we're seeing more of how Devin is turning to the dark side. And this was really interesting. And Lauren, we haven't had a chance to talk about this yet, but because we have Maul causing Devin to have a dream and communicate with her through a dream, now a lot of fans are like, well, wait, Anakin had a ton of dreams. Is it very possible, which would not be out of character for Palpatine actually being the one giving Anakin all of those bad dreams, and it wasn't from the Force, to make sure that Anakin turns to the dark side and falls to the dark side? Like there's this whole discussion now that has just been, starting up in the fan base because of this moment. Lauren, I'm going to come to you first.
Well, one, we know that whatever her fate and ultimately is in the story is probably not going to be great. Yeah, it's like a great foreshadowing with that.
Pretty much.
Yeah, like Maul throughout his character development, because he's a very 2D character, like a 2-note character. It's like he picks things up and to get better, because okay, my last apprentice, my brother failed. I failed at that. Okay, so I got this new chance. So Uh, this one's actually trained
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
quite a bit. So let me, but I know how they're trained. So let me do a little bit of what Palpatine would have done because he does pay attention to those things as well. So we're seeing a little of that because he's trying to influence her
pretty much. Like from
as
from
well. So be very
episode
clear.
2 when they're together.
Yeah, he's
Mm-hmm.
always trying to influence her. He's trying to get her to kind of voluntarily come over and
Yeah,
see
to
my way.
realize this side is better than that side. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, and this is kind of, I really love this shot because it is a callback to where Devin is being held prisoner and how his shadow comes over her when she's surrounded in red, which
Yeah.
was
Mhm.
her introduction of being turned to the dark side slowly. So I just thought this shot with the slow fade out was just brilliant.
Oh
Hmm.
Uh,
yeah, it absolutely was.
Doc, what did you think about this moment?
Oh, I thought it was super cool because I mean, like you said, Anakin also had dreams, but I get did they call them force visions at the time when Anakin was having these dreams? They just
That's what they assumed they were.
Yeah.
Because
mm-hmm,
the Force can do that sometimes in lore where you can get a dream from the Force, but then you can't really take it as black and white because it will either you don't have the full scope of what's being shown to you if it is the Force, or it actually may not happen.
mm. But I think her master said he sensed it as well when she was going through this emotional dream or whatever. And when Maul was like, "Hey, come to this spot here," you know what I'm saying? He was like, "No, if Maul was talking to you in your dream, that wasn't a regular dream. That was some instructions. That was the fourth vision. So I don't trust it, but we kind of might need to do that because he probably be the only person who can get us off world. You know what I'm saying?
For me,
So
mhm.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, for me, it's two things that are true. Yeah, Master Daki calls out Devin. Like the fact that he can even send you this dream, this means you have formed a connection to him.
Right.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
that
Right.
that is absolutely
Mm-hmm.
true. She has, but
That part.
then Master Daki, I think, because he is actually a very wise master. He knows the predicament he's in, and
Mm-hmm.
he knows that somehow the best thing, no matter what, is to get off this planet and get somewhere else and go back into hiding and lay low. Once
Right.
they
Mm-hmm.
do that, they can separate from Maul. He can focus more on Devin, and get her like refocused, if you will. But at least
Mm-hmm.
that's what he's thinking in his head. But yeah, no, he calls her out on it. Like, no, you've formed a connection with him. You have, because the
Mm-hmm.
fact that could
Right.
happen, and that's a serious thing. Him being a trained Sith, it's like bad juju.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this is the moment here where he calls her out. Like, you have formed an
Mhm.
attachment.
Yeah, you formed an attachment because which is the number thing she's like she has this connection like Jedi have their connection to their masters, so they feel different things. So for her
Yeah.
to have gone as far as to form an attachment to Maul,
Yes.
that is super damn serious,
Yep.
you know. And
No,
so
it
like
is.
he's addressing it like because once again they're in a bad situation. They
Mm-hmm.
have to. If this was any other thing, he would have been made sure she was separated from all. But they're in such a bad situation. It's like, well, I see where this is going, but we kind of have to go this way.
Yeah, they don't really have a choice because it's either get captured by the Empire at this point because the
Yep.
Inquisitors are literally hot on their heels. They're using the Force to track them. So it's literally a matter of time for them to get caught by them if they don't make attempts to get off world. Um, but then it's like, again, I know this is bad.
But the thing what I love though, here's the thing that I love. The entire show, from the time he had her as a prisoner and gave her that little speech over the tea or whatever, and she touched his saber, she slowly and slowly and surely was questioning Master Daki the entire time. You know what I'm saying? Why are we doing this? Why do we have to suffer? Well, why does it seem like we're, living hand to foot when we have all this power? She started to question everything what Maul was telling her, which is not a lie. It's just the way he's saying it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, like it's like what we said at the beginning of the show, and Lauren, you and I have talked about this with certain characters. Everything
Right.
Maul has said is not incorrect. He's not
Mm-hmm.
lying about anything. He's basically speaking the truth, but with the skew of turning her to the dark side and
Right.
having that dark side perspective. Because, like, again, Maul is not wrong about any of this. He really is
No,
not.
he's not. But the fact that, I mean, it's slick disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like, you trying to take her from Master, you know what I'm saying? Docky, like, you know what I'm saying? He's been disrespectful about it. You know what I'm saying? And the fact, like, I don't know how old Devin is, but she's young and impressionable. You know what I'm saying?
Lauren, you and I talked about this because she's a survivor of Order 66. She was definitely a general in the Clone Wars. So she's probably like what, around Ahsoka's age? Like 14, 15?
Yeah, she's probably around 14, 15-ish years old. Yeah.
Unless she's because where we are at now, like if that's accurate, if she's around the same age as Ahsoka, she would probably be around this time 18.
So imagine to
Maybe
Maul.
not.
Now I see
I
the
think
way
he might be a
what y'all
little
talking about right
younger.
now. What y'all are talking about right now is why I see why Maul would really wants her. So she's already been trained. She has the Force in her. She knows how to use the Force. To him, what kind of weapon he can turn her into to be his right hand?
Well,
It
that
would be devastating.
He's not there to be his right hand. He said that in episodes before. She's literally wants to use her to take out the Emperor. There's nothing, but there's not a partnership here.
no,
This is
he's
you are a
just
weapon to me.
yeah. He just wants to use her, and then once he's done with her, he will be done with her. That's it.
Man, cold
Yeah,
blood.
no,
I'm
like
telling you, the game of chess this man was playing.
Cold-hearted.
it's cold-hearted. Like no, and that's also the other thinking of the Sith that he learned from Palpatine because Palpatine does the same thing because he did it with Maul, which is why Maul is on this revenge kick. When Palpatine is done with someone, if they either die, he replaces them, or when he's finished with them, he takes them out and then replaces them. So Maul is doing the same thing that was done to him. He's just using Devin
Well,
for
that's how he was trained, huh?
Exactly.
He's following the playbook. He's just doing exactly what he knows to do.
Because remember, he's grown up with Palpatine, so everything he has seen from his perspective, Palpatine has basically won. It basically falls his way because he's always 10 steps ahead. So in Maul's mind, Palpatine is always the victor in these situations, which means these plays work. So he's just running the same plays, as Lauren just said.
Yeah, he don't know no different. It's like,
yeah,
he's mad at the abandonment of Palpatine abandoning him and kind of like, oh, well, you're garbage, and like first in, first out, and next move on. And so he has these abandonment issues in relation to it, and that's very common in Star Wars, particularly with
Jedi.
These kind of, well, not so much the Jedi. It's more so like when you get the dark side users because of the I'm gonna use you till I want you, and then I'm gonna discard you. So you see that as a theme that happens with him. It happens with Asajj, with her master. Like Palpatine don't care. He's gonna use you until you're not strong enough, because that is the way of the rule of two. And then, but Palpatine has his other grander plans going in with that. So everybody thinks they're going to be the one. They think that eventually they're going to be the master, and you're not. You're not even considered. You're not even in the consideration because he's so focused on Anakin.
Yeah, exactly. He's so focused on Anakin. And then we also saw that too in the Kenobi show with Moses' character, where she was used and made Grand Inquisitor, but then until the actual Grand Inquisitor healed up and came back, when Vader was done with her, he just tossed her to the side, basically.
Real quick.
Yeah, real quick. It's the same play. So this is where we get into, oh my gosh, like trying to get off Janix, and we see so many cool things. We see Maul take down this. It's not an AT-AT. It's another model before that. But you see how even the Emperor, because technically all the Jedi are supposed to be gone, these new weapons are not built for Jedi or Sith Lords to take them out, because Maul just takes this out like nothing. And it also shows why Palpatine wanted to get rid of Jedi. It's like this is where you can get really into lore, because if the Jedi or the Sith have survived, these are masses that could take him out and he would be no more, which is why he wanted to get rid of all of them. He wanted to get rid of every possible avenue for him to be taken out by somebody else. That's the other thing. So yeah, we have the Inquisitors hunting them here. They're hot, using the Force, hot on the trail. They are finding them.
Hot on the trail. It's like they was there the whole time.
Pretty much. Like they're close behind them. And then our band of rebels.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's a stretch.
You can call them that though.
Foreshadowing.
They're rebellion against the Empire, right?
Foreshadowing, like they didn't really have a choice in this situation. They are kind of rebelling to a point. It's a stretch, I know, but there's just a lot in here to talk about. I mean, like the rest of the show, and that was the other thing. I thought these 2 episodes were really one episode, even though they were 2.
Yeah, they could have just made the 1 hour long. Yeah,
1 hour long special. And then this character here, where we started with him, he was all about protocol, the Empire, this, that, and now he really sees how the Empire is not following their own rules,
their own
protocol.
Yeah, and this is not. And then when he realizes, like, oh, but this is not the moment to speak on that. Let's
I'm going to report this sewage, and everyone's like, really?
Yeah,
really? Yeah.
Oh, 2 boots.
All 2 boots. We love 2 boots. I love all the droids in this thing. But yeah, I want to get to these photos. Just the fighting here and the angles. This is Merrick right here. Like the whole camera shots in these things, I thought were so dope. And the attack that we see, and then
the way they ran up on them. I'm sorry, Jen. The way Docky, like, I'm getting chills thinking about it. He was like, I said something. Well, the way they ran up on them and started commenced to whooping ass. They didn't ask no questions. Didn't say, hey, we here. Hey, give us the girl. Hey, I need Maul. Nothing. They just went at it. I was this the action we was looking for.
They were like, they're like, give us the girl. They were there like, we're gonna take y'all out.
Yeah, it's no prisoners. It's like they there to take everyone out.
Yeah, pretty much. And then this was not I tried to get this shot a couple times. It is blurry. I apologize, but this moment though, this is where Maul is actually talking to Merrick, basically trying to reason with him, going, Palpatine is just going to do the same thing to you, which he actually does, because the Inquisitory actually does disappear at some point where they're not used anymore.
They mostly got killed.
Yeah. Pretty much, which is
used is a nice word.
Yes, I know.
Those who did not,
if they did not escape and never returned, they were next.
They became part of the cosmic force.
Boy, look at it. That's a poster.
This
that's
shot
a
right here. When I saw this shot, I rewound and paused it for a minute. This was so dope. This is so good. This is so good.
Like, give us a good thumbnail. Okay.
Ta-da!
Do you know how good you got to be to fight with that lightsaber the Inquisitors have?
Well, here's the thing, though. You have a Sith master with a Jedi master with a Padawan who can actually hold her own pretty darn well with the Inquisitors. Like, I don't know if she had been knighted before Order 66 happened, but it's safe to say that it wouldn't be far-fetched that if she had been graduated from Padawan to a Jedi Knight with her skill. I was just impressed with her fight skills through this.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, basically, this is just everyone trying to get out. And then we had a lot, like, I felt so sad when we lost him.
I did. And even though he was the bad robot, I still felt bad for my guy.
I loved him. But yeah, we got a lot of nixes in this one, and we had a lot of nixes in the next one. And then again, like, with Devin using the Force and her saber to hold up this thing so it wouldn't fall in the acid, this was just crazy. And I'm sorry that some of these pictures are blurry. I tried to get as many shots as I could. But yeah, this was a really dope thing, the fighting, and like, honestly, the rest of these episodes are just getting off the planet and fighting.
Yes. Do you have the last picture of this episode before we move to episode 10?
It's coming up right now. So basically, they get out and we start seeing people going off into the fog, and all you hear
It
is
screams
screams and
and
crunching
terror
and
and
terror.
horror
And then unfortunately we
and death.
lose Cass in this. Cass is
No,
gone.
the moment she ran out, Jen, it was like it's something out there,
And
and
then
it was like no, it's something else. I was like, oh Lord
it's
Jesus,
classic horror like this moment on, they went classic horror film.
oh
Classic horror
man.
film. And then we get
And when this
Anakin
dude,
Darth
all you
Vader
heard was the
Skywalker.
breathing in the fog. People, I don't think y'all understand. If you have
Oh
not
my
seen Maul,
gosh.
please go and watch it. It is absolutely phenomenal. But all you hear is the breathing in the fog.
This was
And they're sensing him. Maul can sense him. Master Daki can sense him. Devin can sense him. Maul says something.
Well, I will say this. They were sensing something, but they don't know what it is.
Right. That's what Maul said. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
He is not that, whatever it is, it's not an inquisitor.
That's exactly what he says. Like, you are not an inquisitor.
Yes.
Yeah, he's not.
He's not. And I will say this reveal had the same weight, shock, and awe as the game Jedi Fallen Order when we got that Vader reveal, because we had no idea that was coming, and it was the same thing. There was fog, and you have the two different heroes talking to an Inquisitor, and you see this fog building up, and you just see what she feels in the Force and the terror on her face, and then you hear the infamous breath of death, and we were like, no.
I'm getting chills sitting here thinking about that scene. And then he lit that lightsaber up. I was like, oh shit, everybody for the
anytime I see it, I'm like, hi, Annie.
Oh, I was like, everybody for the die, but man ain't taking no shorts, no losses.
No, that's Darth Vader.
Yeah. Oh my! I still call him Anakin. I know he would kill me for it, but I still call him. It's like, what's up, Anakin? How you doing?
That's
but
Darth
yeah,
Vader.
I thought this was really cool because we actually get to see Vader when he's new in the suit and where his power levels at, because Anakin is still what, 20, 21 technically in the timeline right now. Maybe
20?
He's
in his when he's in his suit. In this suit he's like probably like 24.
Yeah, he's 24 by now, so he's still very young. He hasn't even hit his prime yet. Like, this is the beginning.
He's still. I'll let you guys know. He is still figuring out the suit. The suit is still very well. It's always been uncomfortable, but the way he moves, he can't move the same way. This is the beginning. He's still figuring out this damn suit. This is before he does a lot of the extra modifications that he winds up doing, like forever, because the hands don't move the same way. His limbs don't move the same way. He's slower. Like, this is him not figuring out how to move and maneuver his powers in the suit yet.
This is what he's like a little stiff.
Yeah, he's stiff. This is stiff Anakin. This is stiff Darth Vader.
This is very stiff. And this is something else I have to appreciate about the fight choreography. You really got to see the different styles of Master Daki, Devin, Maul, the Inquisitors, and Vader. And this is something else that I absolutely love, because this is the first time, I think in a long time, at least when it comes to Vader and other situations, this is the first time where we have two masters fighting against Vader, and a really well-trained Padawan, dare I say Jedi Knight, because the skill level is so different, where we've seen in other things with Vader concerning like Rebels, you have two Padawans that weren't fully trained. They never made it to knighthood at all, because you have Kanan training Ezra, but then, basically Kanan had to basically train himself after Order 66 because he was still a kid. He was still a Padawan. So you have a Padawan and a Padawan. And the only time we've ever seen a master against another master is when he has that, is with the rematch with Obi-Wan and when he goes up against Ahsoka. Like, so for me, I was like, wait, this is actually really sick. Like, Lauren, what did you think of this? Like, with those dynamics, like how we have two masters, a dark master, a light master, a pretty dope Padawan. I consider
Maul a master.
You consider him a master?
No.
Why?
He did not fulfill his training. He is well trained, but he
That's
has
true.
never fulfilled his training. He's not a Sith master at all.
This is true.
Because he got dismissed by Palpatine.
Well, he got
In the
hacked.
Sith doctrine, you don't become a master until you kill your master. He has not been able to successfully
Oh, because
kill Palpatine.
Palpatine. So that's why he want to kill Palpatine so bad, so he can become a master.
No,
Well,
it's more.
Well, also he been betrayed
personal,
like
but
1,000
also
times.
it is personal, but also that because in the mind, Maul felt that he was going to be Vader in that plan.
Right.
Like, I'm going to be the right hand and all this, and we're going to rule the galaxy and all this other. And that he found out in the most unfortunate way that, because Palpatine looks at him as a failure. Like, you got sliced up by another Padawan. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, for any Padawan that gets nixed by another Jedi or another Dark Lord, Sith-esque person, Palpatine views you as weak and disposable, and you're disposable no matter what. But like when you to some of the comic books that Lauren and I referenced before, Palpatine actually gets really happy when Anakin does try to take him out. Like he's like,
yeah, he gets really excited.
He's like, oh, you're trying. Yes, it's so demented.
Wow, interesting.
And so again, like the rest of this episode going into the next one, it's just a bunch of fighting and
death.
Great fighting, not just fighting.
Oh my
fight
God,
choreography, the animation, the entire thing, the music was absolutely phenomenal.
There was a lot of needle drops that referenced episode 1 with the Duel of the Fates, because it all had to do with also the fate of Anakin becoming this. So it was really full circle. And then just some of the sound designs that they did, it's so good. But yeah, so this is also where we're seeing, which I thought it was kind of parallel, where we're seeing Devin going more and more to the dark side with her fighting, because Maul throughout this is trying to encourage them. This is not an Inquisitor. This is something different. You have to let go of your strength to defeat this person, because he's trained the way of the Jedi. This is different. And Daki wouldn't do it. Devin has moments where she's saving Maul, so that connection with Maul is building. I may be getting too far in, but Lauren, what did you think of the fighting and like how it aided the storytelling of the characters?
Well, they're not used. They don't know what they're running into, and I think the difference is like Vader knows how to use his powers enough. Like even at this point, when he's really early in his career as Vader and still figuring out that suit, that he can take on all of these people at the same time, and it's not going to make a difference. It doesn't matter what any of them do. A bunch of people going to die, and the most you can do is escape. Because really, you survive Vader most of the time by attempting to escape, not trying to fight him face on, because it's not something that you're going to win at. So you're watching, like we as the audience know that, no matter what you do, this is cute, but it's going to end the way it's going to end. And eventually Maul realizes this.
Oh yeah.
Eventually he's like, oh shit. It is literally three of us, and we're all extremely well trained, and this is not going the way.
Yeah. It's not going well at all. It's not going well
we got to
at all.
start thinking of exit plans. Okay, let me push your behind up there, and let's
he basically sacrifices Daki to get his apprentice.
Yeah,
because there's a moment where
Maul, and I told y'all last week he was gonna die.
Well, we knew.
We all knew. I knew.
That. It was just a matter of when.
I was like, man, but still, even though knowing it broke my heart. It broke my heart.
No,
we have to go, because we know how this road has to go. Because at one point, and this is what Sam Witwer said, because he's done a bunch of interviews talking about this fight, and he's like, well, what Maul is not just getting an apprentice. There is like Maul does have some good intentions, but the action versus the good intentions,
yes,
is a very different thing. So in one place, yes, he wants his apprentice, but the second thing is we need to escape. Someone is going to die. We cannot stop this thing. No. He is coming after us. So it better. And he also said he made a promise to Devin episodes before that he was not going to let something happened to another, let Palpatine do to another young person that was done to him. That meant Devin dying. So he, in his mind, okay, well, I got to protect her. Yeah, I want an apprentice. Yes, I made that promise. So I'm going to keep my word to that.
And you're on your own.
Bye. Bye, sir.
Bye. Let me touch on this because there's some chatter in the fandom that Maul figures out who he's fighting, that he figures out it's Anakin, and I'm like, no, I don't get that at all. I don't think he has any idea who's in the suit.
No, I don't think anybody does. This is his first appearance. This is the first time Palpatine has unleashed the dog. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and at least in this context, like he has another mission in the comic books. That's his first mission before this, but keep going.
But and then for no one to know who he is, because you would think the Jedi would sense who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like they would sense something.
No, that's not going to happen.
No, because part of the propaganda that comes out is Palpatine puts out there that Anakin Skywalker died with the Jedi.
Oh, so they just feel he's dead.
Everyone in the Force, he feels like he's dead. So when the turn happens,
okay,
Ahsoka feels like he's died, and then also the propaganda's out there. So anyone who's had any type of Force connection to him, that Anakin is gone. They can't sense him. He's not there.
So whether you're a Jedi or not, with the propaganda, everyone believes Anakin fell with the Jedi during Order 66. No one thinks he's alive anymore. So that's not even going to be in the headspace of anyone. And then, because you also have to remember the dialogue between Anakin and Obi-Wan in Kenobi, where Anakin straight up tells Obi-Wan, eye to eyeballs, you did not kill Anakin Skywalker. I did. Like he told him, no, I killed him. And then Obi-Wan says, then truly my friend is dead, which confirms that. It's a whole thing. Now, I thought this was cool before, the whole Maul going to her and everything, like just how she just took off her cloak, kind of like what Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon do before Maul. It was like a nice nod to that. And she just goes at it like a boss. I mean, look at that. She can hold her own. I'm not going to lie.
That's why you keep calling her a
trained. Like, we don't believe Donkey. Donkey said, no, I have trained her well. Like, he didn't play. Because think about it, she is a veteran of the Clone Wars. She's been fighting for a long time. This is a testament because a lot of people's Padawans did not survive the Clone Wars. A lot of people got slaughtered, and people kind of forget that. So the fact that she made it this long, being a child fighting, when he says, I trained her well, you see what that looks like.
Like in one of the books that we've read, The Red Blade, actually talks about how during the war, how many Padawans fall in battle, because one of the things we've talked about so many times, or what people tend to forget, is the Jedi, the way they trained the younglings in that time frame, it wasn't really for them to protect themselves, like to really have a standing in a fight. It was more about peacekeeping. So if you survived the Clone Wars, your master went to great efforts to train you to make sure you would survive, which is the point with an Ahsoka story in the Tales of the Jedi. That was Anakin's whole point, which proved what Anakin talks about concerning the training of the Jedi, both in books and the shows, that he was right the whole time. And Devin's another testament to it.
Yeah, it's no testament because a lot of people were going through Padawans. They were knighting Padawans too early for them to get slaughtered. It was really bad because a lot of masters were getting killed because these were not necessarily mostly battle trained Jedi. A lot of them were just peacekeepers and like, okay, you're dealing with a couple of pirates, boom, 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 it's done, and you keep going. They're not trained. Only got a select few who are much better trained for the missions that they had to go on, but that wasn't the majority of them. No. So you can see Daki had that philosophy, a little bit of Anakin of, no, I got to train you to be a soldier to survive and how to do this. And you see that she's able to hold her own extremely well, which makes, of course, very attractive to Maul, because she's that well trained versus, some other Padawan that's had to learn along the way. So
yeah, that one. And then, in my opinion, I really thought that this was a true Star Wars show because it really kept to like what we've seen in classic Star Wars, where you have Jedi fighting, um, uh, taking out that big bad, but then it's also paralleled with other groups of people where they're fighting and trying to get free. Like if like Episode 1 is a really good example of that, where you see the parallels of the Jedi and then another group fighting to accomplish another mission. It
Sure.
really felt like they took that traditional template and ran with it in this whole entire show. And I thought this was funny. I'm small but I'm mighty. I'm small but I'm mighty. I'm small.
Oh,
I was cracking up. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's doing
Small but I'm
affirmation. Oh my
this is
goodness.
affirmation. See, we have affirmations in Star Wars. There you
Yes,
go.
we do.
There
Small
we
but I'm
go.
mighty.
Affirmations in Star Wars.
Ludi Vario, that's his name. I
Ludi.
cannot ever remember his name.
Vario, yeah. The fact that Vario has survived, but then I'm not surprised to a point. So I'm wondering what's going to happen with him in season 2. And then a lot of these other pictures I just pulled because I really love the shots and the camera work they did in here. And I don't want to forget these other characters that are involved because other stuff happens too. We have, the Empire come. There he is. Look at him running. Look at him running.
I'm sorry.
I really love the shots here, and I couldn't get this one really well, but like this stormtrooper here and how he takes a shot in the camera and it just goes right by Lawson. I thought that was such a dope cut when he did that. I couldn't get the shot itself. It was hard, but I just love that moment. And then we see Vader hold Maul in place during the fight.
Mm-hmm.
And then Maul finds a way to not get that saber in here. Oh my gosh. But other things that happen is again, we talked about Daki getting sacrificed to Vader. That does happen. And we see this happen with Devin completely turning to the dark side. And she basically just takes Maul's saber and goes to town.
Mm-hmm.
Goes to town. And then we do lose other characters, which we all are not surprised about. It was just a matter of when. We actually have 2 boots take down a starship. I thought that was dope. I'm like, you get it, bro. But then we have a sacrifice given by Captain Lawson. Lawson sacrificed himself because we have to remember his son's mother is in the Empire and he has 2 boots. Make sure you get him to his mother because she probably has a way to protect him. Hopefully, but then we know how the Empire operates at the same time.
And she probably been interrogated in trouble her damn self because we know if you watched Andor, you know how that be working.
Oh yeah, and honestly, we don't even know if she's still alive.
That is true because remember that phone call? The kid is trying to talk to his mother. She's like worried. I'm like, that was a little too extra rush, and so like he knows he's done. Like he knows in his mind that he's done, but he's trying to like make sure his son is safe because despite all this craziness that's going on with Maul and all that, he's like, hell no, trying to get to a baby that would be safer, hopefully.
I really love too in this episode that we actually got to see him more with his son and that we have more time with them in their relationship and that they actually had really good moments in this show.
Yeah.
But I think it sucked he had to sacrifice up though.
Yeah, that was they were so pinned down. There was no way.
Yeah, he knew.
He knew. But they finally get here and we see this basically the setup of the next phase where they're going to take out the current Crimson Dawn boss so he can become the next leader, but then with Maul's plan of eventually becoming the Crimson Dawn boss. And we have 2 people losing essentially 2 fathers, but we see Devin's acceptance of the dark side, and that's where we end this entire season. Yeah.
This was absolutely phenomenal.
So
I told you I went into this thing blind.
It honestly, Lauren, correct me if I'm wrong, because we've talked about this many times. Do you think this is really like another show that's a good entry point if you don't know Star Wars, if you wanted to get into it? Or do you feel it's something you have to know a little bit of lore of to watch it?
I mean, most of the shows they kind of design that you don't need to know nothing coming into it. That's kind of what they're at any point. Okay, well let's follow this into Solo maybe, or into season 2, and then maybe Solo if that's no season 3. I mean, you can go into it without knowing what Order 66 is.
Yeah,
And
you
just be
can.
I mean, you can. It is designed to be that way. Like you don't need to know who Maul is because there's enough. Like he does enough talking to tell you kind of what
He
happens.
actually does.
He does a lot of talking. I was like, damn, you chatterbox dude again. He does a lot of talking. You don't necessarily have to watch any of the movies to jump into the series and be like, oh, what the hell's going on? And then go back and start watching stuff and be like, oh, okay, here's the context. Or watch the Clone Wars, all those seasons, and here's the context behind who this guy is. So you can jump in here without knowing a lick of a split of nothing about Jedi, lightsabers, Empire, anything, and I get through the show.
And Doc, did you feel that way? Because like you just said, you went into this blind.
I did. And I understood the story perfectly. And the writers, kudos to the writers of this entire show that wove the story together. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to see what happens for season 2.
Now, after watching the show, does it make you curious to go watch other stuff that has come before to get more context? Or would you feel like, you know what, I'm good. I'm just going to keep going forward as things come out?
No, there's too much stuff out there. Like I told y'all, I'm watching the Clone Wars right now. It's too much stuff out there because I want to know how we got to this point. I want to know why Maul was betrayed in the first place because he keeps mentioning about how many people keep betraying him. So I want to know that story. Like, why do people keep doing that to him?
Theme with Maul. People will keep betraying him.
It's
not the ending of it either. There's more to come where he will be betrayed again.
And again. And again.
And again.
No, and then plus I really like Star Wars, so I'm a huge sci-fi person, so I go back and watch stuff that I have not seen before. Like I hadn't seen the Clone Wars and none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
the thing about Maul, there's a lot of bodies attached to Maul. Like you kind of already know how this girl is. If she don't disattach, one of two things is happening to her.
Yep.
Just like you told me.
I
forget what the name of the show was with Asajj Ventress, but you told me to go and watch that show. It turned out to be like a great show. And I found out she's a really good character.
What was that Tales one with Asajj in it?
Tales of the Empire?
No, the other one that came
with
out.
Asajj Ventress on Disney Plus.
Like the
Tales of the Empire. That's what are you talking about? Like Tales of the Underworld or some shit.
Tales of
I think that was it. Tales of the Underworld.
Tales of the Underworld. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Tales of the Underworld. Yeah.
Yeah, because she takes on that Padawan for herself in that show.
Mm-hmm.
Not that she wanted to. It's more like it's. Yeah. I think we have to think about what take on a Padawan is. You think in a very traditional sense. She's like, well, if you want to tag along, okay.
Yeah. No. I know that, but I'm just saying, like, for referencing, where she kind of has a Padawan, but not really. But yeah, Tales of the Underworld. That's what it was. Another thing that I just thought was interesting, because we got it in both of these episodes. Again, back to this moment where you see Daki talking to her, and then another moment where Maul is behind her, basically foreshadowing what's to come. I just thought that was really cool. In one moment, we had this, and then we also see that. I just thought that was a dope detail. So, but yeah. Fine. So, Lauren, now having seen the entire series of Shadow Lord, what did you think of it?
Let's see. It was enjoyable because usually it's like, oh, Maul show. I'm like, oh, I mean, because he's a 2-0 character. We all know how this is really, really going to end.
Yes.
Maul's his own self. I was like, whoever's around him, they about to die.
Pretty much.
That's just what he carries with him. It's like no matter.
Well,
it's like,
you see it happen in the show. Like everyone he started out with.
The most loyal people just gone. Terrible deaths at that. Terrible. Homegirl went terrible. But does he know how she died? Did he know that what's her face?
Lady Cass?
Yeah, Vader ripped her lungs through her mouth, right?
No, I didn't know that. But did they show that somewhere? They show that it's something.
She's in the midst when he there's something out there. She goes in and he just. And then you hear them fighting, and that he rips out her lungs through her mouth.
Oh my goodness gracious, alive!
Yeah, that's how the voice actress wanted to go. She said because they asked us like, "Hey, if Vader's going to kill you, how you want to go?" I want him to rip my lungs throat.
Yeah, when I heard that, I thought that's what she said.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
wow.
what she said. She's like, yeah, they gave me a chance to depict the depth. So I was like, yeah.
And that,
I ain't
and
gonna
that,
lie. That's a vicious
so,
one. That is
so,
an absolute vicious.
so yeah, all that noise you hear, that's what's happening in the moment in the mist.
Oh,
Yo,
wow.
all that gurgling and stuff you hearing,
Yeah,
ripping her lungs through her mouth.
but
That's crazy.
but here's the thing: like Vader is that dark when he offs people. Like he does actually crazy things.
Vader does some. Oh, and the Twin Blades one.
Yeah,
Because there's a comic book. Well, the comic book came out, and then they did that. They included that as part of the story for the book. But Vader takes these two was supposed to be Inquisitors, right? And they become lovers. So he turns around during a fight, lifts them both up in the Force, turns on their lightsabers, and makes them go like this.
Oh, wow.
Because what happens is, like, when you read books, especially where Vader knows Inquisitors are falling in love and they have that connection, it triggers his remembrance of Padme and makes him very upset. Because Palpatine makes him believe that it's his fault that Padme dies. So Vader gets triggered when he finds out people are falling in love. Like he gets really upset.
Can't have no love around here.
Nope.
I mean, there was some other things because the way it happens is it's like how it kicks off because they don't. That's further down in the fight when he starts going after them. He's
1,000,000%.
He basically goes after because he senses good, which she does do something or has been doing things because she's with the program, but not quite with the program in a way that they need them to be with the program.
Exactly.
And he does attempt to save multiple younglings. So these are because they're chasing Jedi, right? Some of these Jedi had already formed families or they left the order years before this happened. And they're chasing everybody down.
They become wayfinders when they leave the order.
Not necessarily, no.
They
left the order because they didn't agree.
Well, no, not all of them. I'm just saying some of them go to be wayfinders, and then a lot of them leave because they don't.
What exactly is a wayfinder?
Well, that was in tune with the Force, but like at that point, that was the only one closest to that definition. Actually, is Ahsoka. And no one, everybody else who's left the Jedi, that's because they just disagree with the war. They disagree with the war, or they had their own relationships and left the order. So you got people in video games who've left the order because they had their own relationships. In the case of that situation, the baby that she attempted to save, that Jedi had left the order because he had fallen in love with someone with someone else while on a mission and left and went back. And so he had stopped being a Jedi for like maybe 5 years, and then all this happened. So when they show up, they're supposed to kill him, take the baby. And so he dies, but she attempts to save the baby, and Vader finds, like, she's caught saving the baby, and it gets reported to Vader, and that's what triggers that. And then homeboy, Mr. Loverboy, jumps in, and next thing you know, it tends to happen. That's exactly how he put them together.
Let's hug. No, because like even Obi-Wan says to the senator that if you would have just told me, I would have left the order.
That's what Obi-Wan said. But
that's what Obi-Wan said.
So
to your point,
let me understand something. You're saying, Lauren, you're saying Ahsoka is a wayfinder. What does that mean, though?
She is the closest thing to what would have been. So there used to be a philosophy where there are some Jedi where you just kind of have to leave them alone a little bit because the Force guides their steps so deeply.
Yeah.
Ahsoka is the closest version of the modern day wayfinder. If you read the High Republic books, you see what that actually is. Like the order tells them stuff, and they're like, it told me to go over here.
Yeah.
So is Ahsoka not? Is she not a Jedi master because she never completed training because Anakin went to the dark side?
It's debatable.
She does complete her training, but you got to really watch that to see how that works out.
Yeah. So, to what
Anakin does complete her training. Let's just say that, but you have to watch some shows to get there.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, she does complete her training and she is a master because that's the other interesting thing about the Clone Wars with Ahsoka's story. Ahsoka is the best trained Jedi in the order because she actually trains under like what 98% of the masters during the Clone Wars.
She winds up training under a lot of people, not
Yeah.
just Anakin, but
Damn.
like a whole lot of people. And if you watch all seven seasons, you'll see her being flipped between one master and another, just
Yeah,
because people get separated on missions, and she learns a little bit from
each
everybody.
master.
So she, it's one of those rare situations during war where you get an opportunity. She's got an opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But technically, at the end, when it's season six ish of season six ish of the Clone Wars,
Mhm.
Ahsoka was actually offered knighthood in
Yes.
the Cruz
Okay.
Order.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, she so yes, she is a master. Definitely. Definitely.
Okay. Well, listen, people. It's been fun. It's been great. It's been a lot of fun. This has been the review of Maul Shadow Lord episodes 9 and 10. You can go back and watch 1 through 8 and come here and let us know what you thought about Maul Shadow Lord, playing now on Disney Plus. It is absolutely phenomenal. I thought it was wonderful. Miss Lauren thought it was good. I think Jen thought it was absolutely amazing. And before we get out of here, I'm gonna have Miss Lauren tell you where you can find her on all her socials, and you can go
Yes.
like, follow, share, and subscribe with her.
Nice. Well, I'm known as Knights of G. You can find me Knights of G on Twitch, Instagram, and on TikTok as Knights of G. So you can follow me there and learn some things as I talk a little bit more about the entertainment industry and how to make money as an artist and creative in that space. So you can follow me on my socials, Knights of G, Twitch, Instagram, and TikTok, and
Awesome,
YouTube.
awesome, and YouTube. And Jen, if you could close us out, and we can get about this thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Ewoks, Wookiees, Porgs, Yoda species, droids, and all others in between. Thank you for joining us here at All-Star Fandom Reviews, reviewing Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord. We will be reviewing season 2 when it does come out, and I'm going to book Lauren ahead of time for Lauren to come back to keep talking with us about those things. So as you saw on our Mortal Kombat review, we just did that before this one. Go check that out. We will be back here Wednesdays 9:05 for your All-Star Fandom Prime for your news and All-Star Fandom fandoms. And we'll see you next time. Peace, everybody.
Peace.
Peace.